Hello. I had a whole thing for restorative justice in action in play to work out, but my son and his friends, due to the weather, it was really bad, so they couldn't actually get things done. So I'm just gonna just gonna try to use the imagination. So I've written down a lot of things to talk about when talking about restorative justice. And a few things that I wrote down were with my mock scenarios and everything. But restorative justice focus on, I'm going to tell you about restorative justice. It focus on repairing harm and rebuilding relationships rather than solely punishing offenders. This approach emphasizes accountability, healing, and community involvement to address the needs of all parties affected by the crime. So the idea of my mock scenario was, okay. It was going to be a group of teenagers vandalized a community garden, damaging plants and defacing murals. Instead of pressing charges, the garden committee decided to pursue restorative justice. With that, the key stakeholders, offenders. The offenders are the teenager who committed the crime, vandalism. Victims, the victims are the members of the community garden committee and the community as well. Facilitators will be a trainer, restorative justice facilitator, support person would be the to to every the community has to be involved, so it'll really be the parents, the guardians, monitors of the offenders and victims. It's really the support group of everything. With the restorative justice process, we can start. One will be a referral. The garden committee refers the case to a restorative justice program. Another one will, number two, will be intake. The facilitators meet with each stakeholder individually to explain the process and assesses. Oh, I can't read my handwriting. Their willingness to the participants. Also, preparation. The facilitators help each party prepare for the restorative justice meeting by identifying their needs and concerns as well. Number four, the restorative justice meeting will talk about all stakeholders come together in the safe and structured setting to discuss the incidents, what it impacts, and how to repair what's been done. They will definitely they will argue about um collaborating develops an agreement outlining the steps of the offenders and what would take to make amends with everything. The follow up will be the facilitators monitoring um the situation, agreeing to provide supports for all party as needed. What would come to the intended outcomes: accountability, reparation, healing, and the offenders are to go into the community and try to help things, not try to harm it. We also talk about community building, multiple perspectives, um, to make everything okay for this situation. Will strengthen with the community building. The process will strengthen relationships within the community and promote a sense of shared responsibility. Everybody is responsible. When kids are doing things, or with my scenario, as parents, we're supposed to know what our children are doing at all costs. In this case, you actually had people to care about these kids' future. instead of incarcerating them and throwing them away, they're trying to make a better choice for these individuals. They're trying to make sure that what made you do this? Why would you do something like this? You have to be responsible for your actions as young adults. So when you get older, you can talk to other people and let them know that a this is not a good thing, and this doesn't look good in front of your parents, doesn't look good for your community. Why would you want to mess up your community? So we have to make sure we um do what we have to do to make sure the community's safe as well. And this is for the um restorative justice. This is talking about the restorative justice in action and what it needs to be done.